I wanted to give you a quick overview of what the oil pump looks like with the engine outside of the jet ski. This can be very difficult to see with the engine in looking from the top down. Here you have your two oil lines coming down from the tank going to the pump. These are two 10mm bolts. Then you have the oil lines going to the carbs with your check valves right here. If you are not planning on taking off the oil pump, there is a dot here that you will need to adjust the tension on the cable until it's properly aligned. Mine wasn't properly aligned in this video. The cable is actually connected underneath the carburetor so that when you pull the throttle, it also pulls the cable on the oil pump, making sure that you get a good even mix. Alright, so here is the underside of the carburetors. Right here is normally where your throttle cable would be located, but since I have the motor outside of the jet ski, it's not currently attached. As you can see, when the throttle cable is pulled, it pulls the oil pump line. To install the oil pump block-off kit from SBT, we are going to need to remove the cable completely by loosening up these nuts. The kit also includes caps to cover up where the oil lines went to on the carburetors. I highly recommend using a zip tie to ensure that these caps stay on. For this next step, you're going to need to use both a 10mm socket and a 10mm wrench. Preferably a ratcheting wrench would make your life a whole lot easier because the top bolt is really tight and you don't have much movement, so a ratcheting wrench would make your life a whole lot easier. Next, if yours is anything like mine, you're going to need to use a little bit of delicate force to remove the oil pump. The gasket was on there really tight, and I had to wiggle it off a little bit before pulling it straight out. One thing that you want to do once you have the pump off is clean the gasket surface and remove the debris from inside the threads using a tap. That way your new bolts will go in with ease. All you need to do is apply a little bit of lube to help contain the debris. I'm using a 6mm by 1.0 tap, which seems to work out well. All you need to do is screw it in to the bottom and then unscrew it, and it'll pull out all your debris. Now that I get this out, you can see how much junk was in the threads if I can ever get this actually in focus. All of this junk could have actually caused a problem when installing the new bolts.
And starting fights, turning truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly, and I'll tell myself it's fine to be